Hello everyone, welcome back to EHS World. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel for upcoming new videos on safety management system. Today we will cover permit to work. What is PTW? PTW stands for permit to work. A permit to work system is a written document that authorizes a specific work at a specific location for a specific time period. A permit to work system is an integral part of a safe system of work and can help to properly manage the wide range of activities. What is PTW? So there is two parts. One is the issuing authority and another is the receiver. So the issuing authority may be the project manager, site in charge, site manager or site engineer who is responsible for the normal operations within a particular workplace or work site. And who is receiver? Receiver is a supervisor or team leader of workmen who have to carry out the activity. A permit to work is not simply permission to carry out a dangerous job. It is an essential part of a system which determines how that job can be carried out safely and helps communicate this to those doing the job. It should not be regarded as an easy way to eliminate hazard or reduce. The issue of permit does not make a job safe by itself. That can only be achieved by those preparing for the job, those supervising the work, and those carrying it out. In addition to the permit to work system, another precautions may needed to be taken to eliminate the permit to work system. A permit to work system is a formal recorded process used to control work which is identified as potentially hazardous. It is also a means of communication between site management, plant supervisors, and operators and those who carry out the hazardous work. Essential features of permit to work system are clear identification of who may authorize particular jobs and who is responsible for specifying the necessary precautions, training and instruction in the issue, use and closure of the permits, monitoring and auditing to ensure that the system works as intended, clear identification of the type of work considered hazardous, clear and standardized identification of task, risk assessment, permitted debt duration and simultaneous activity and control measures. A permit to work system aims to ensure that proper consideration is given to the risk of particular job or simultaneous activity at site. The permit is a detailed document which authorizes certain people to carry out a specific work at a specific site at a certain time and which set out the main precautions needed to complete the job safely. Now we'll cover objectives of the PTW. The objectives and function of PTW system can be summarized as ensuring the proper authorization or designated work. This may be work of certain type or work of any type within certain designated area other than the normal operation. Making clear to people carry out the work, the exact identity, nature and extent of the job and the hazards involved and any limitations on the extent of the work and the time duration which the job may be carried out, specifying the precautions to be taken including safe isolation from potential risks such as hazardous substances, electricity and other energy forms, ensuring that the person in direct charge of a unit, plant or construction site is aware of all hazards work being done there, providing not only a system of continuous control but also a record showing that the nature of the work and the precautions needed have been checked by a appropriate person or people, providing a procedure for times when work has to be suspended, example, stopped for a period before it is complete due to non-compliance of safety measures, providing for the control of work activities that may interact or affect one another, providing a formal handover procedure for use when a permit is issued for a period longer than the one shift, providing a formal handback procedure to ensure that the part of the plant affected by the work is in a safe condition and ready for reinstallment or restart. Providing a process for change, including the evaluation of change on other plant activity, a determination of when hazards need to be reassessed, and a means for controlled communication of change. The next we'll see when are permit to work system required. So, the permit to work system should be considered whenever it is intended to carry out work which may adversely affect the safety of personnel, plant, or the environment. However, permit to work system should not be applied to all activities as experience has shown that their overall effectiveness may be weakened. Work of any type where heat is used or generated, example welding, flame cutting, grinding, etc., work on high voltage electrical equipment or other work on electrical equipment which may give rise to danger, entry and work within tanks and other confined spaces, work involving the use of hazardous dangerous substances including radioactive material and exposure, work at height. So these work required the work permit system. Now we'll focus on type of ETW. Hot work permit, cold work permit, work at height, confined space entry permit, high voltage electrical isolation work permit, excavation work permit. So these are the type of the work. So we'll focus on hot work. Hot work is usually taken to apply an operation that could include the application of heat or ignition source to tank, vessels, pipeline, etc., which may contain or have contained flammable vapor or in area where flammable atmosphere may be present, generally applied to any type of work which involves actual or potential source of ignition and which is done in an area where may be a risk of fire or explosion or which involves the emission of toxic fumes or the application of they are normally used for any welding or gas cutting work for the use of any tools which may produce sparks. The next we'll see cold work permit. Cold work permit are frequently used to cover a variety of potential hazardous activities which are not of a type covered by a the activities for which a cold work permit may be appropriate will vary from site to site but should be clearly defined. Next, we'll see electrical work permit. An electrical permit to work is primarily a statement that a circuit or item of equipment is safe to work on. Permit should not be issued on equipment that is live. In the next, we'll focus on confined space entry permit. Confined space entry permit are used to specify the precautions to be taken to eliminate exposure to dangerous fumes or to an oxygen depleted atmosphere before a person is permitted to enter a confined space. The permit should confirm that the space is free from dangerous fumes or gases. The next we'll see excavation work permit. It will typically be required wherever any digging, excavation, or boring has to be done to ensure that no underground utilities service or pipeline work will be affected. So here I am going to show the simple format of work permit. Here you have to mention name of company or organization. This is the format number. Every HSE format has their own number. Here permit number. So every permit has their own number, such as if you are going to issue in the month of July in 2020, so you can put the permit number as July 2020-01. Here name of the receiver, date, duration of work such as 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., nature of the work such as the gas cutting, welding, exact location of the work. You have to mention exact location of the work. Next one is the name of the person involved in the work. So here you can mention the name of the engineer, name of the supervisor, name of the workman or gang leaders. Here total numbers of the manpower including the supervisor. Next one is the following items must be checked before using the permit. This is the checkpoint, such as the equipment is inspected, all worker provided with the PPEs, power hand tools used at height are connected to 30 mA ELCB, proper lighting provided. So each checkpoint must have to check and ensure all the safety measures should be at the place before a start of the work. Safety net provided. So all the safety measures should be implemented. Special instruction. The permit must be available at the work site at all the time. Location and description of work must be clearly indicated by the permittee. All precautions given in the permit must be strictly adhered by the committee. The permit shall be renewed each day only after checking all the compliances jointly by site engineer and safety officer. The next one is permit shall be returned to issuer after completing the job. So this is when you complete the job, the permit must be closed and returned back to the initiator of the work permit supervisor selected by safety officer and authorized by the site engineer and site manager. The next section is closing procedure to be signed jointly by supervisor and contractor gang leader after the work is over. So the initiator of the work permit have to sign jointly the safety officer and permit holder. The permit holder also have to sign and close the permit. So this is the simple format of the work permit system. Thanking you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.